What's your name?
My name's Sydney.
How are you doing today, Sydney?
I'm really, really stressed out. How about you?
I'm pretty good. How come you're stressed out?
Well, I'm really stressed out because I am stressed about actually next semester in school because I have to save $2,500 by September. I just found out my placement's going to be from 2 to 8 p.m., and that's Tuesday to Friday. I also have classes on Monday, and they said up to 5 classes. And how am I supposed to work in between that schedule from Tuesday to Friday? I can't work really in the mornings because I have to drive from here to downtown Hamilton. So I don't know how I'm supposed to work and be able to afford to go to school with all this mumbo jumbo in school.
I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Is there any way you can switch your placement?
I called. I called another place to see if they had an extra spot because they already had 2 people there, but I called her on Friday and she never got back to me. So I'm kind of taking that as a no, and I have an interview tomorrow. So I'm kind of nervous about that, but it's just how I'm supposed to accommodate myself. And they have a breakfast program in the morning, but I don't want to drive there at 9 and then come back at 11 and then go back again that same day. Like, there's no point in me doing that.
Is there any way you can change your time? Like, can you go in the morning and do the breakfast program and then stay till 2?
No, because there's no kids there. The kids are only there from 2 to 8 because that's the after school program because it's a community center, so only kids come in the morning and then after school. So,
Oh, I see. So it's not like they stay there.
no, it's not a school. It's like a kind of community center where kids can go to like have fun, do games, and just would rather not be at home.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Like, is that something you want to do?
Yeah, it's something I totally want to do. I just don't know how I'm gonna coordinate it with school and work and going there and trying to get money to save the $2,500 for a car.
Well, you could work in the morning, could you not?
No, because it's all the way. I have to drive to Hamilton, so my store doesn't open till 9:30. So I can only work till 1, and she won't book me in for less than 4-hour shifts.
Well, if you stayed from 9:30 to 1:30, that would be a 4-hour shift.
But I have to be there by 2, and it's a half an hour drive, and I can't be late to my placement.
Well, maybe you could talk about that to your placement and see if you could work something out.
Yeah.
If you were just not early, because it would take you a half an hour. Or else it sounds like you're going to have to work on weekends. How's your weekend schedule?
My weekends are open, but then when am I gonna have time to do my school homework if I'm there 2 to 8 and then Tuesday to Friday and then work on the weekends and then do the exact same thing again all next week and have school on Monday and up to 5 classes?
Well, you could do your homework in the mornings if you don't work before you go to your
I could do that.
placement.
Yeah. But it's just really stressful to have to be able to work and be in school and coordinate with all this because without a job I can't be in school.
Have you talked to your parents about it?
Yeah, I've talked to them about it, but they pretty much just said it's only 3 months and you'll be able to save the money. Like, if you've had your time to save the money, but it's not as easy because I have expenses that I have to pay every month. So it's like I can't really save because I'm always spending what I got because I don't get a big paycheck anymore because I'm working. I'm not working a lot because I'm in school.
Well, if you worked in the summer, you would have enough time to save because you're done school in April, right?
Yep.
So you have quite a few months to save until September. From now till September, that's a long time.
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't really looked at it like that. I'm just thinking about the money, how the money in the 3 months that I'm going to lose because of this placement.
I wouldn't worry so much about that. I would just focus on school because you do have a long time to save.
Yeah, that is true.
Because you have April, May, June, July,
August.
August,
So 5 months.
6 months.
To September 1st, so really 5
Okay, so
months.
only 5 months. So if you worked, let's say you worked 4 times a week,
It's
how
20 hours.
8-hour shifts would you work?
Depends on how busy we are. So I'm just gonna say 20 hours a week. So that's $400 every 2 weeks.
So you would be able to make that in no time flat.
That's true. But yeah, that's what I'm all really just stressed about. I'd rather just not be in school and work. Like it's just a lot of pressure.
It's very, very stressful to be in school and work at the same time, but don't worry, there's tons of other kids that are doing the exact same thing as you. You're not the only one in the same boat. You just got to think of different alternatives to your situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you should get like a calendar and write your whole entire week plan in and see like where you can balance work and like have a study time and like when to do your homework and when to work.
Yeah, I should get a calendar because that would calendar would help a lot.
With it, that can we make that a goal for next week?
Mm-hmm.
You can go and purchase a calendar and
Yeah, and time it out and write
and
all this stuff.
also figure out like when you're gonna work, and you should figure out like when you'll earn how much money. Like how much money do you have saved up right now?
800.
So you don't have that much more to go. You're almost halfway. Well, kind of.
Sort of.
So then, do you put it in a savings account where you can't touch it? So then that's good as well, because if you put it in a savings account where you don't touch it, then that means you can't get it back out. So once it's in there, it's in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will be my goal for next week then.
All right, so let's go over what we talked about today.
Okay.
So what are you going to do for next week?
I'm going to get a calendar and write out all my empty time frames. I'm going to write when I'll have school and all that stuff, and then write my empty time frames where I can work and what time I can work and that stuff.
Okay. And I also think that you should keep trying for a different placement and see what you can do. Because if that doesn't work, you should also contact your teacher and say that that is not going to work for my schedule. I can't make it there.
Yeah, I could do that as well. So I'll keep trying to see if there's different placements that are open to see that if they'll accept me or not.
Yeah, and if you bring it to them, it'll be much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thinking positive.
I will. Thank you very much, Jess.
All right. See you next week, Sydney.
See you next week.